Good afternoon, y'all. It's January 10th, 2026, and I'm just gonna be going over price action from the past week. So that's not right. Didn't pick out right. January 5th all the way to January 9th. I'm just gonna be going over price action. To start off, we have new week opening gap down here that I wanted to see get filled this week, but it just never ended up getting filled. So a lot of days I thought we were gonna be bearish going into there to fill it. Because normally we do fill the new week opening gap. This week we kind of just went into it and tapped it. I put too much. I would say I put too much emphasis on the new week opening gap, which is my fault. But yeah, let's just get into the video. And so let's mark out this for Monday daily. Go into the 1 minute. Yeah. And we'll get, I guess we'll do ES as well. One day. Cool. So as you can see, we never went to opening range gap or new week opening gap, and I figured we would go down to it or want to track into it, taking out all the sell side. But the whole week we never did. So, um, okay. So at 8:22, we come down, take out sell side, and then start running higher. And we get a CASD at 8:35, and then we come back down, tap into our rally gap, start rallying higher. And then we open 9:30, tapping consequent encroachment of this daily wick, and on ES we go up and fill the daily wick completely, and then Nasdaq comes down, starts rolling down, taking out sell side. ES stays in this 9:30 first presented for a rally gap the whole time, literally the whole time. Like for the first like 30 minutes, I think it was. Yeah, whole 30 minutes of market open. Then price comes down here, so creating an SMT at these lows, obviously an SMT at these lows, showing that ES is going to be bullish or wants to be bullish, not really looking for bearish price action. And that's until 10 o'clock. So there's really a whole lot of chop until 10 o'clock. And there's no fair rally gap presented all the way through until right here on Nasdaq. And we get a push above these highs. We also invalidate this bearish fair rally gap. Push above these highs, open above, or close above represented fair rally gap. Close above first presented fair rally gap on Monday. Come back down, tap it, and then we start rallying again, taking out these highs. And then about the same time, or literally the same time, ES finally gets outside of this 9:30 for rally gap. We never retrace back into it, but we use it here, consequent encroachment. We stayed above right here. After invalidating this bearish fair rally gap, we tap into this fair rally gap right here. a couple times after we closed outside of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we start rallying higher, taking out all-time highs, or all of these highs at least on ES. And then I'm guessing, yeah, all these highs. And I think we take out these highs. Yeah, going to take out those highs. And it's kind of what Nasdaq did. Nasdaq just followed, as it was the more bearish asset and weaker asset, so it didn't really go as high as it could have, or as ES did, because ES shot way above this high. Just kept rising and rising as we barely got above this high, and then barely got above this high, and then eventually rolling back over. But that's outside my time frame. And you can see how this daily consequent encroachment was just getting respected here and then rolled over. And that's Monday. I'm gonna be kind of sort of flying through these, not intentionally, but just marking out the areas that need to be marked out and this letting the noise be the noise. Uh, Monday, and we're also in this suspension block, this bull suspension block that gets respected here. And then we start rolling higher. So I guess I should have been seeing or looking for only bullish price action. Uh, it's not what I ended up doing. I tried to short a lot today this week. We also created another bullish rally gap on Tuesday or like Wednesday, I guess. Anyways, let me just get into that. Daily. And then again, I mean, only reason I thought we were gonna be bearish is because we never went into new week opening gap, which is just dumb thinking, putting so much emphasis on a new week opening gap needing to be filled when it never needs to be filled in the first place. It's just dumb. Um, Showing inexperience, so just another learning point and experience points, I guess. But going into Tuesday, um, so price rallies higher on 9:30, taking out a bunch of these highs, creating relative equal highs of this high right here at 9:30, and then here on 9:30 we come up, basically create relative equal highs of this high as well, but we do react off constant encroachment, which is and 0.25, the upper quadrant level, rollover. Again, Nasdaq comes down, creating SMP here, making ES more bullish. And 9:30 was our first presented for rally gap because we did come up and take out these highs right here. So that would make that first presented, and you can see it's respected here. And you can't say the same thing about. I guess you could because it did come up and take out these highs. So I mean, I didn't mark this as first presented, and it doesn't really get used, really. Maybe to go lower, it does, but I use more of this one as first presented for rally gap because this is too small of a fair rally gap, first of all. And it's the middle for rally. It's not first presented, but it's the middle for rally gap and the one that you would use. So I'm gonna mark that as Monday or Tuesday. Um, and so price creates SNT here, and then we get a CSD here, and then our first retracement is here. We do have a invert. We break through this fair rally gap. Price comes back down into this fair rally gap that was inversed, and then starts rallying higher, taking out all these highs. And that's Tuesday. Maybe I should say this is Tuesday. Yeah, I would say that's more Tuesday. This is first presented for rally gap, so it's more important. But when I'm looking for a trade, I'm looking for this middle fair rally gap to be filled because there's a three consecutive fair rally gaps, and normally the middle one once it get tapped because it's kind of like consequent encroachment or like equilibrium. Um, yeah, so that's Tuesday, and you can see how we respected come down, hit 0.25, and then start rallying higher. Um, Taking out all these highs up here. These highs, and I think we end up taking out these highs eventually. Yeah, that's Tuesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Uh, Tuesday didn't really give you a area, like that little area. Am I really gonna use that? No, probably not. So I'm gonna do this wick right here because it is technically a rejection block. So I'm gonna do that one just to, or I could use this fair value gap, which I don't think got respected at all. So I'm just gonna use this level here. It might be different on PS. Depends. Let's see here. Yeah, just use the same thing. Going into Wednesday. Okay. So going into Wednesday, 9:30 open. Nasdaq comes up, sweeps out all these highs, creates a rejection block, but then we end up tapping this fair rally gap and rallying higher anyways. ES kind of does the same thing, sweeps these, but then it takes out these lows. So this just creates a bullish SMT for Nasdaq at these lows. Then we start rallying higher, and we get for rally gap. So you three actually. So this would be my um. This is like the important for rally gap that for me. But I mean, I don't even want to say this is first presented either because of the fact it's so small. But really, we only like our first actual for rally gap is created here. That's at 10 o'clock. So yeah, I'm just gonna say this is our first presented. Uh, I'm just gonna say this. So this is Wednesday, and then ES makes it pretty obvious first presented as well. Right here at 9:36, I think it is 9:35. So yeah, so we have an S&T here. You get a CSD retracement to the fair value gap entry. Um, and we're not in any quadrant levels, so I mean you can see these highs obviously need to be taken out at some point. So we go up and take out all those highs that need to be taken out because of how choppy this is, choppy and smooth. Couldn't get taken out. That's exactly what they did on Wednesday. And then on ES, we got that sweep, CSD, retracement is for rally gap, and then same thing, target these highs up here. And you could probably target these highs. This is the daily high. Went up, swept that shit, and then of course we have the reversal down. Um, back the other direction. And of course, ES is more bearish because it was more bearish on the day. So yeah, so that's Wednesday. Nothing too difficult there. This week I'm down, I think total 800 on the account. So I lost Monday, Tuesday, and then I won Wednesday, Thursday. I was up like 300 on the account. And then Friday I decided to go on tilt and basically like risk the whole account. So I was down 1,000 on Friday. Just so stupid. Not stupid like I shouldn't have done, like I shouldn't have lost that much, but stupid as in, oh, I shouldn't have, but it's definitely my fault. Like I'm not blaming the markets or anything. It's definitely my fault for deliberately risking more, knowing the consequences behind that. Anyways, Thursday. Awesome. So as you can see, Nasdaq dumped this morning or that morning. Um, to zoom out a little bit, got this high here, 830 high, and then 930 opens. 930 for Nasdaq opens, swept these highs, and then rolled over. And ES swept these highs and started to roll over, but then we came back up, creating an SMP right there, and then we get below market structure shift, come back up, and then roll back over. Nasdaq, since it swept out liquidity, this is our first presented for a value gap. And then price comes back into it, taps it after we have this SMT here as well. Nasdaq only took out this high. ES came up. Actually, we had an SMT, but Nasdaq was more bearish or bullish because it took out this high and ES didn't. But then ES comes back up at 934 or 933 and then takes out both of these highs, creating our SMT here, and then we end up rolling over again. But we saw the SMT, CISD retracement or first presented and then roll over. Also respecting this projection block, we come up 0.25 or 0.25 roll over, 0.25 roll over. And then we failed to get up there. We even tapped into Wednesday's first presented and then ended up rolling over even more, taking out all of these lows very aggressively. And this kind of set me up to think that we're going to continue lower into Friday, but we didn't. We ended up going all-time highs on ES. Yeah, it comes down, takes out all these, sells the liquidity, and then enters Tuesdays and Mondays for presented for value gap as targets as well. And that's Thursday. And ES kind of just takes out these highs, takes out a couple lows. We have a bullish SMT here. Price gets above here, market structure shift, CASD, retracement back to Tuesdays first presented, kind of crazy. And then stop loss below these lows or whatever, and price starts rolling higher into these levels, 0.25 perfectly. You start rallying around that area and just kind of just chop the rest of the day. So that's Thursday. Getting into Friday at 20 minutes, not bad. So I'm thinking Friday we're gonna go to New Week opening gap, right? Wrong. You were wrong. And my camera's starting to bug out too, so that's great. Um, think whatever, it's fine. Anyways, oh my god, my fucking camera's so black. Anyways, um, 9:30. We open 0.25. We start reacting higher. Come straight up to Thursday's first presented. Chop around that area. Then we roll over 0.25 again. The Friday was really hard for me because, to be honest, I was lost. I didn't really know what was going on, what we were doing. Um, 9:30 open. 9:30 open, we start rallying higher. So I expect this. We rallied all the way up here, and then we just rolled over and just take out all the sell side without even coming back higher, like not even taking out buy side or anything. That right there got me. I ain't gonna lie. I just figured, all right, we're gonna come down, come back into this area, and then go higher. No, we ended up taking out all this sell side again, and then eventually rallying higher. Um, After 10 o'clock with this is SMP or NFP Friday. Um, it's like 9:30. We open. Where's it at? Let's do this one first. 9:30 we open here. No sell side was really taken, so I don't know if I would call that first presented. But it was also like this would have been first presented if anything. So I'm just gonna call this first presented. Uh, and now you can see how the charts just get messy a little bit. But besides that, where's first presented? Alright, this right here will be first presented. It's really choppy. Um, so price comes down, takes out some type of sell side, enters Tuesday's first presented, starts rallying higher, never comes back down into it. We start rallying higher, rallying higher, rallying higher. Gets to this point where I think we're taking all these buy side. No, we're not. We come back down, take out all this sell side. Um, I guess right here we didn't really take out. I mean, we took out sell side. That's the thing. I guess we just wanted Asian lows. We ended up getting Asian lows, and then we really wanted to rally after that. So like after we took out Asian lows, and ES took out all of these lows right here, these relative equal lows. That's when we start pushing. I think we had an SNT as well. Um, yeah, Nasdaq took out Asian lows, ES didn't. So ES is more bullish. ES gets a push above here. Um, Never get a tap back into consequent or fair value gap or anything. But then we get up. I don't know. Nasdaq came up, had CSD here. We retraced back into this bearish fair value gap, or this one right here, this bullish fair value gap, and then we start rallying higher. ES comes down into this fair value gap, starts rallying higher at the same time, and then uh, take out all buy side, take out all buy side, all this buy side. And that's Friday. The Friday was just very complicated for me. I should have waited till 10 o'clock because we had news at 8:30, which is NFP, and then we had news at 10 o'clock, which I should have just waited for since we did have an NFP. And the move happened right after 10 o'clock was formed. So that's this week's price action, the 5th to the 9th of January 2026. And I hope I can continue to do better. And I'm honestly just going to start using first presented for rally gaps in the daily quadrant level wicks. I think I'm just going to have that on my chart because having every single for rally gap on my chart is just overcomplicated. There's hourlies, there's this, there's that, and I kind of just have to write these things down and know. Um, that's it for right now. I'll talk to you all later next week, and deuces.